there's a bench. This is like where Wuthering Heights took place. That was the Moors. What am I talking about?
I just wanted to show how beautiful this chair is. I'm watching Melissa's video.
Highly recommend coming here, and I really recommend if you can to make like a day or night trip out of it, because okay, so I think right now I'm gonna go sit out by the pool and do some reading. Oh, so good together. Between the two, I definitely like a more mysterious quality, something a bit more somber. I think because of that woody, that tone.
I feel like this video needs context because recently I've been taking my Sundays off social media, or my phone mainly, and this is basically what I'm doing here. I'm just having thoughts about how summer's gonna look like here, because I am potentially spending a big chunk of my summer in London, which I have never done yet through almost 2 years of me living here. I've just been to the park, and it's very apparent, like it's something I already know at this point, that people here, as soon as it hits about like 15 or above 15 degrees, 17 degrees, and people are running around in shorts and t-shirts, which, if you've ever been to Eastern Europe, and I think kind of majority of Europe, it really doesn't work like that for us. Like, we need over 20-degree weather. And if you've been to London, you know that the climate here works in a way where it just rarely is that hot. Like, really, actually, rarely. This year we've got a couple of days, or like blocks of a few really warm days at a time, and very sunny, and that was nice and quite lucky for us. But yeah, I'm wondering how summer would be, and if I would be satisfied if this was summer, because it's not even 20 degrees today. I'm still wearing my tights, and people are running around and with bare legs and stuff. So yeah. I feel like my lip combo looks really nice. After my first walk in these shoes, I would say they're pretty comfortable. They're like a 7 out of 10 without special socks, because I'm obviously just wearing regular tights and not tabby socks. But I would say maybe not pleasantly surprised, but they're probably a bit more comfortable than I thought they would be. I ordered some ramen. I haven't really treated myself to takeaway in a while. At least 2 or 3 weeks. I really like it, but I reheated the broth, and it still doesn't feel that hot at all. It actually feels more lukewarm. I just finished this book. I am fulfilling my childhood dream right now because the first videos I've ever recorded in my life as a teenager, I'm getting emotional, in my bedroom back in Poland were like traditional booktube videos, and I was trying to talk about books, do tags, all these sorts of things. I still don't know if this video is going to be a separate thing or if I'm gonna insert it in a vlog, but if you're watching this, you already know. This book, I am a student right now, so I'm quite busy. It's kind of exam season. Currently, I'm having the second biggest exam of the year in less than a month, so I should be preparing. Yet this book got me sitting my butt down and reading, because I just looked at this description. I don't know what these are called, and it just says wonderful, timeless and unique. I agree with that. So this book happens in the Pyrenees. It's sort of like a family saga with a very freaky twist, because I don't know how much of a spoiler this is, but each chapter of this book is narrated from a different perspective. I have to admit, some of them are quite violent and disturbing to the point where I couldn't really read them. I had to skip bits of it. I don't do well with violence, or like just very obscene things. This book is gross. There is quite a lot about defecation. There are scenes of sex. There's a chapter narrated from a perspective of a dog, which actually made me really uncomfortable and still makes me actively uncomfortable to think about. But it's also beautiful, and there's chapters that are so humane and just say so much about human nature and relationships in a way. And I was just very enchanted by this, and I think it's so whole, even though it's really short. I think it's less than 200 pages, and the ending is also amazing. I think at the end, I haven't read the author's note because I literally just finished this, but I'm pretty sure it's based on actual Catalan. Is Catalan Spanish? I'm pretty sure it is Spanish. Legends and like folk stories, and it shows, because there's something so authentic about this, even though I'm pretty sure it would fall into the magical realism genre. There's ghosts, there's people who can tell when it's going to rain because they see things in the sky that other people don't, and they also see ghosts, and it's just so fascinating, and sometimes it's really scary, and as I said, beautiful, and it sort of has everything in just this one short book, with so many different perspectives. There's a chapter written from a perspective of mushrooms. I would highly recommend this. I kept sort of telling myself in my head that this is a good book for someone who has ADHD because the perspective switches so often. But it's not only stimulating, but I think a very beautiful. There's definitely, it's hard to get bored of it, although some chapters are more pleasant to read than others, as I kind of already said. And yeah, I just think it's wonderful. I always find that Latin American authors, because I'm pretty sure Irene Sola is Spanish herself, just have that like magical realism, mystical flair to them that I really love. Magical realism is kind of what really got me deeply into literature in the beginning, and yeah, really good times. I did take a ton of time to read this. However, as I said, university So it's definitely worth it.